Well, another trophy on the wall, just the league title now, and we complete the collection. Hello? Gareth Wilson, how can I help you, mate? Yeah, we did receive a bid from Linfield for you, but like I've told you 1,000 times, mate, I don't want to lose you. Yeah, look, I'd love to win the league title as well. No, mate, we're going to do it at the Welders. Neither of us are going to Linfield. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 8, Episode 10 here at H&W Welders on the Impossible Dream as we look to lead the Northern Irish club to some sort of European glory. And today, a slight change in schedule. We're going to be playing Glentoran in the league. We're at home in that one. And then we face Carrick Rangers in the Irish Cup as we look to progress towards maybe a second trophy for the season. Now, there's a lot of news to catch you up on since last episode. Now, we knew last episode that Gareth Wilson was unhappy. The window was closed. We did manage to hang on to him, but there was a lot of big pressure coming in from Linfield. Now, strangely, he didn't actually want to necessarily go to Linfield. He just wants to kind of leave to go to Linfield, but wasn't upset that we rejected a bid from Linfield, which makes no sense whatsoever. So we were able to reject it. We went up to 300 grand was the bid. I mean, we want, if we are eventually going to have to sell him, we're going to want more than that, close to at least $1 million, I would imagine, for a player of that quality. But anyway, so that's happened. Now, because he kicked off, what I did want to just make sure we were a little bit covered in wide areas. So we went in before the window closed and got in a loanee of Mario Bischoff from Forest, was it? Yeah, from Nottingham Forest. He's just here to cover in case Gareth Wilson decides he doesn't want to play for us anymore. You know, sometimes they just down tools and don't play. So he can cover on the left. He could probably play as an inverted winger on the right. We know that Rory King can play as an inverted winger on the right as well, so we have a little bit of options there. It's $2,000 a week, but I think it's $2,000 a week that might be worth it just to make sure that we are covering ourselves, in terms of squad depth and making sure we have the cover if Wilson does down tools. And he can also play in the middle of the park, and we are a little bit thin in the center of the park, so that's not a bad thing. And he could be a useful box-to-box midfielder, actually, looking at some of these attributes. So that is what we've done in the transfer market. Window is now closed, so we don't have to worry about losing any players. But speaking of losing players, if we go over to the medical center, and we did lose a couple of players that we'd rather we didn't lose. First is Sobowale, out for up to 3 weeks. He's already been out for a week, so it's about a month in total. He twisted his ankle, so that's a bit of a blow in terms of centre-backs, but we are able to kind of cover it, and we did, of course, get Nicholson in last episode as cover at centre-back, so we can just about get away with that. And the other one that we lost is Daniel Curry. Now, he is sort of the backup right winger to Wilson. Now, he has a gashed upper leg. It must be a hell of a gash, because 2 weeks, essentially, he's out for. So that suggests stitches and the whole kit and caboodle. So, again, not ideal, but we got that little bit of extra cover in. So that should be okay, I think. But yeah, there we go. Now, was there anything else I wanted to catch you up on? I don't think so ahead of the games. So let's start the catch up. There's only 2 games to catch you up on. The first one was against Ballina Millard in the league. So let's go see how we did in that one. Cargo headed us in front in a club and league record 12 seconds. And we were 2-0 up at half-time through Wilson. Cundell picked out Fitzpatrick to seal the points before Ballina Millard got a consolation. So a dominant performance from us in this one, but Hamzat Cargbo, 12 seconds it took for him to give us the lead. And, we can see it down here, 12 seconds, Hamzat Cargbo. It is a league record, and I can confirm, where is it? Down here, is it? Fastest goal is, you've probably all seen it. I can never find these things when I'm looking for them. There it is there, fastest goal, Hamzat Cargbo. So a club and league record, wonderful stuff. The other game to catch you up on is against Glentoran, so let's go see how that went. We went behind late in the first half, but we're level at half-time when Curry crossed for King. Glentoran restored their lead just after the break, but we rescued a point when Diora sent McDade free, who produced a stunning finish. So let's focus on the McDade finish and not the fact that we've dropped silly points here. It's essentially given up any chance now of second in the league, which is why we're playing Glentoran and not Linfield today, because our battle is very much now making sure we get third and seeing off Glentoran. Just silly. Silly goals conceded. We were the better team, and just silly. So this is the league table. You can see that it's gone. The top two are gone. The battle is against Glentoran. Now, it's a 4-point gap. Obviously, if we were to beat them today, then that gap looks as though it's insurmountable. If they were to beat us, though, a single point, and it's very much nervous times. And then, of course, the Peaky Blinders Cup. This is almost our season now to make sure we're protecting third in the league as a European spot. So we'll host Carrick Rangers in that. And hopefully, last time we played them, of course, we got mugged off and lost. Hopefully that won't happen this time. But let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here in the league against Glentoran. We're expecting a 4-4-2 from them, which is different, I think, to how they've played against us in the past. And we're going with our usual formation here. You can see we've got a lot of people in on trial at the moment. If anything happens with any of those, I will obviously let you know. Dozzle, who I think we had him at Hearts, didn't we, a couple of FMs ago. Tempted to sign him, actually, but the reason I'm holding off is A, he's 28, B, he can't really tackle, and he's not that much different to anything else that we've got. He's a slight upgrade on the likes of Kundell, maybe, but I'm just not sure that he's worth it. But anyway, team we're sending out. Taylor in goal. It's McCullough, Edgar, Williams, and Hoole as the back four. It's McQuaid and Kundell in midfield. It's Wilson, Napoleon, and Fitzpatrick. Cargbo goes up top, and let's see if Wilson's going to play football or sulk. Alright, so we can see the lineups there. I don't recognize any names in their lineup that have sort of been our players in the past or coming back to haunt us. Let's just say Wilson is unsure, so there is going to be maybe a little bit of a sulk going on here. We're the favourites. I'm going to say just enjoy it, play a natural game. We'll point our fingers and we'll get out there. We have had a little bit of a backlash regarding the Wilson not letting him move on. But the dressing room basically has all come up on my side once I've had a talk to them. So that is all looking fine. Now, we are getting to the point of the season as well where we need Viewers Player of the Year nominations. So let me know in the comments or however else you want to do it who you think has been our best player or your favourite player so far this season. And we'll start to get a nominees list together. Wilson, Cargbo there for Fitzpatrick. I tell you what, there's 3 players that should feature on that list. Or probably will anyway. Fitzpatrick on this occasion can't quite find the back of the net. Wilson with a corner in, claimed by the goalkeeper. I don't envy you guys trying to put together a nominees list for this season because we've had a number of very, very promising players. It's just a shame none of them really turned up in Europe, isn't it? But yeah, I think we've got a very good team of players right now. Here we go with Napoleon. He threads the ball through for Cargbo. Can Cargbo find the back of the net? No, he can't. And it goes behind for another corner. Promising signs, though, early on here. Against basically our biggest rivals in the league right now, both in terms of actual rivalry and the league table as well. Napoleon plays in Wilson. Can Wilson find the net from a tight angle? Again, all he can do is find the goalkeeper. Oh, come on, boys. Napoleon with a corner. Can he have a little bit more luck than Wilson? It's back post. It's claimed by the goalkeeper. Edgar and Cargbo both there, and they are both absolute monsters in the air as well. We've got a free kick, I should say, to defend now. Ball in. It's headed away by Edgar. McQuaid should get to that. Can we get them on the break? Kundell is up there with him. Fitzpatrick's getting there, but McQuaid just kind of lost out, didn't he? Williams gets a header, but not a particularly good one. Hoole can't stop Duffy from getting past him. He can stop the cross, though. Wonderful from Hoole. And he's kind of played himself into a little bit of trouble there. And he's compounded that by giving the ball away. Can McCullough win that header? He can. This is a long old highlight. Fitzpatrick picks it up. He's got space to run into. Cargbo and Wilson with him. Fitzpatrick, he goes wide for Wilson. Put Powers into the box. Wilson, he goes himself and he goes just across the face of goal. So far, so good though. We're looking the better team here. We've got a throw. Hoole's to take. Wilson makes a move, but he goes to Napoleon. Hoole to Kundell. Can Kundell thread a pass? Cargbo. Kundell. McQuaid. There it is for Cargbo. Cargbo's in. Cargbo. He's not missing again. It's a 13th goal of the season for Hamzat Cargbo. McQuaid with the assist. And it is finally 1-0 to the Welders over Glentoran. And that has been coming, hasn't it? Kundell. Cargbo. Back to McQuaid. Cargbo makes a nice little run. McQuaid picks him out. And that's some good football, isn't it? Really, really good passing and movement in and around that 18-yard box, and we've deserved that. Let's give him some praise. Wilson's still looking unsure. Not playing too bad. He's on a 6.8, which is acceptable, I think. Yeah, it's always that risk, isn't it, that he will down tools, but so far, I think he's okay. His actual complaint, when you look at the dynamics, and I did actually mean to show you this and forgot Cargbo's got a knock. We might take him off. Do we do it now, or do we wait till half-time? We'll wait till half-time. We've got Diora on the bench, so that's very much like for like, so that's not too much of a problem. Here we go, Cargbo, Wilson, back to Cargbo, to Napoleon. Napoleon finds himself in a little bit of space, but his shot is weak. What was I saying? I missed what that injury was. I should have paused it. Ball in. It is claimed by the goalkeeper. What was I saying? Wilson. Oh, that's right. His actual complaint is not playing enough first-team football. Now, I don't really know how we went from that till he wants to leave to win league titles. But that's somehow how where our conversation went to. I'm thinking that he will probably. I mean, he is going to be in our first team. He's always your first name on the team sheet almost. He's in again here. Can Wilson find it again? No. Again, the goalkeeper's in the way. So I do think he will get over it once he starts playing. The reason that he obviously doesn't play every game, and I do think it's maybe a little something that is a bit of a slight bug in the game, maybe, but maybe not. With January being such a hectic schedule, obviously, as I said last episode, we sort of have Team A, Team B, and rotate between the two of them to keep everybody fresh. But the way I think he looks at it is that he's a star player missing half the games. So I kind of get where he's coming from. But I also wish there was a way in the game to say that, well, I'm trying to keep you fresh so you perform at your best all the time. Wilson is in again here, but again, he can't quite find a finish. Squares it for Napoleon. And Napoleon can't find the back of the net either. We're getting in, aren't we? We're just struggling to put them away here. McQuaid is going to get to that. Cundell's in a little bit of space. He looks to go beyond him to Cargbo with a flick on for Wilson. Wilson's... Oh, he's offside. It did look suspiciously like he could be. Now, this Cargbo injury, I need to figure out what this is, don't I, before half-time, if it's something that we need to take him off, because, yeah, that's a little bit lazy there from Wilson, really, wasn't it? You've got to expect Cargbo's going to get a flick on. He's going to win 99 headers out of 100, isn't he? Wilson can't quite win that. Now, what we don't want, with about 10 seconds to go till half-time, is, well, actually a bit more than that, a minute and 10 seconds, is to get back to 1-1, having dominated this half. Hull can't stop the cross coming in. It's over the top. Taylor, is it going to be a corner? No, he just saw it out. Oh, I missed it again. We'll just take Cargbo off out of caution, I think. There's no way to see what it is now. Is it the injury? All right, so we will point the finger. We'll say, don't get complacent. We'll pump our fists, say we have faith in them. We will make that change up top, and then we'll come back. Actually, I'll just leave it on because it's not going to take long to do this. It's very much like for like, and we will go back out there. A good chance to see Diora, and like I say, it's very much a like for like. We saw him last episode. He's a very similar player and should be able to just slot right in there. Cundell misses the slide tackle completely. Hull he's not quite defending as well as we'd like, is he? And that is horrible, and we've got away with it. Well, let's demand more. We have dodged a massive bullet there. We've got a free kick in a decent area. Napoleon plays it in. Back post. It is headed over the top by Diora. He's just as good in the air as Cargbo. We don't lose too much at all. We can see that they're looking quite tired. Now, the benefit to January... What is that pass? What are we doing with our lives, boys? Come on. We're in danger of falling to pieces here, aren't we? So let's just lower this tempo down and just focus, concentrate. Taylor gets it forward, looking for Fitzpatrick. It's picked up, the header there by McCulloch. Napoleon's in space through the middle. Cundell was making a bit of a run, but he stopped. Look at Cundell, he's in so much space. We're going in wide areas again, though. Fitzpatrick, can he pull it back? Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty, and Napoleon stands over it. We saw him get a penalty last episode in the Cup final, the Shield final. This time he does it again. That's 2-0. That should be third in the league wrapped up. It is, let's tell him to focus. It's 2-0 on the night, 7-point gap in the table, assuming we don't throw this away, which we could still do, obviously. And it's happy days, isn't it? Cundell's looking a little bit tired there. We have O'Hare on the bench. I mean, it wouldn't do any harm to bring him on. I'm trying to think who I want to play in the Cup, and if O'Hare features in my plans for that, it'll be probably Willis, and I probably do want O'Hare. I tell you what, Napoleon's done really well there, but Wilson has absolutely lashed at that shot, and it's gone flying over the top. I think we'll just let this play out. There's no point making changes for the sake of it. We're doing okay right now. Napoleon gets a second chance. He's got a packed penalty area. It's another penalty. Well, that looked a little harsh. It may be one of those where the defenders just kind of run into him and try to bully him off the ball. Napoleon with a second penalty. Will he go the same way? He doesn't, and the goalkeeper reads it, and Napoleon has missed. So that's not ideal. Let's give him some praise. We're looking a little bit complacent, but the game should be well and truly done. Look at that XG. It's obviously boosted by 2 penalties, but a wonderful performance from us in the end. But again, if we're being hypercritical, not taking chances, not putting away chances, and I mean, it's already hurt us this season once. It could well come back and do it again if we're not careful. Actually, it's bitten us more than once, hasn't it? Because there was at least 2 games where we've been FM. Larne and Carrick Rangers come to mind. But if we have a look there, Lingfield annoyingly has dropped points. It's too late now, really, isn't it? Well, maybe if we beat them, we do have to play them at least twice. But it's 9 points, isn't it? It's not happening. And how Larne dropped points as well. So, of the top 4, we're the only team to win. Now, it's not often we can say that, is it? Hamzat Kagbo, it's a pulled groin. He should be back more or less for his next scheduled game. But guys, wait right there. We've got a cup game next. This is our last chance of a trophy, realistically. So let's hope we can get past Carrick Rangers. Okay, welcome back. It is time for some Peaky Blinders Irish Cup football. We are, you can see, at home to Carrick Rangers. A tricky tie, especially given they did beat us last time we played them. But I'm reasonably confident we can see them off. Larne, you can see there, long goal. They should win that. Linfield versus Glentoran. Now, maybe Glentoran can do us a favour there and knock out Linfield. And of course, Carrick Rangers took points off him in the league just that last game week. So it's going to be interesting, this one. We can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from the Rangers. And this is the team that we're sending out. Taylor in goal. It's Moran, Coyle, Nicholson, who will be the first time we see him. Hopefully he's going to do a good job for us. The injury to Soberwile means we're just a little thin, perhaps, at centre-back. And it will be Bain that goes at right-back for us. Willis and O'Hare in midfield. Wilson's going to go again. Basically, we're trying to keep him as happy as we can. It's going to be Mr. Simpson, X-Ray Vision, and King with McDade up top, who's been scoring goals again for fun. We saw Kagbo get a goal last game. He has 13 for the season. McDade has 16. Wilson has 12. It's a bit of a 3-horse race, I think, isn't it, for the Golden Boot? Maybe Fitzpatrick with 11 as well. So McDade has a chance to kick clear here. All right, so we can see, you may have noticed we have Bischoff on the bench. So if we need to, we'll get him on the field. I'm just a little bit concerned whether Wilson will be able to play the 90 minutes. But it's a fresh squad, fresh legs. Hopefully that will work in our favour. Let's just tell him again to go out there and relax. The result should come our way. All the talk in the pre-game press conference was basically me saying that we should be, we're confident, we should be okay in this one. Not in a way that will hopefully lead to complacency. I always try and sort of counteract that with some, they're going to be tough, we're confident kind of thing. So hopefully we'll see a benefit of that. We did do some more chance conversion training in the sessions between this game and the Glentoran game. So hopefully we'll be able to take chances a little bit more regularly this time. But yeah, 20 odd minutes into the game and we've not seen too much. Can we win this, please? Moran is there. He does win it. Gets it forward quickly for Wilson. McDade was making a decent run. We go across for King. King, what can he do? There for Wilson. Simpson, and Simpson draws a good save out of the goalkeeper. Now, the reason that we're seeing Wilson in this one as well is that Curry, as I said at the top of the episode, is injured. Now, he would normally play in Team B here, but obviously because he's injured, Wilson is the man that we've chosen to back up. Here we go. Wilson, is it a penalty? It is. No, tackled away cleanly and cleared into touch for the Welders lineout. Come on, boys, come on. Let's give him some more encouragement. We got another throw. Mickey Vane, or Bain even. Simpson gets a ball across. It's not the best. Headed away. Wilson is not going to get there, is he? No. And the highlight will continue. Coyle wins the header down to Wilson. Wilson spreads it wide for King. That's a good ball. McDade makes a run. King cuts in, and I'm not quite sure what that was. It's one of those. Was it a shot? Was it a cross? And in the end, it was a goal kick. Game has livened up now, though, hasn't it? Wilson wins a header. McDade back to Simpson. Can Simpson thread a pass? We know he's capable. It's a good ball for King. Can King find a finish? No, the defender gets back. A good block. And we'll have another go from the corner. Wilson again into the mixer. Goalkeeper claims. And is that the highlight? It is. We've got another corner. Wilson again. Again, the goalkeeper comes out and claims it. We're just getting a highlights compilation from the goalkeeper's agent here, I think. Bradley kicks it high and long. There's no one there. Nicholson brings it down. Bain across to Coyle. This centre-back duo is slightly concerning. Coyle is sort of never particularly let us down, but he's not first choice. What is that from Wilson? And obviously Nicholson is new to the club, untested in many ways. So there's a little bit of concern there. You know, is he going to fit in, and how's he going to do? Moran gets the cross in. It's towards McDade. It goes across for Wilson. Again, Wilson can't find the back of the net. Wilson, we did training on this, mate. Bain with a cross for King. Down to Simpson. Oh, the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is having a blinder. Wilson with another corner. Goalkeeper can't get to that one, and Rory King gets number 6 for the season. Excellent stuff. It's been coming. We've been knocking on the door, and finally we've been able to walk through it, and it is 1-0 in this important cup game for us. Good ball in from Wilson. King, Willis and Nicholson were all there. It was King that got the decisive touch. And it's 1-0. Now, can we get to half-time with this lead? Look at that XG. We create chances for fun, don't we? It's just a matter of I mean, if we ever do get to the point where we're putting them away regularly, then God help the rest of the league, because we could be quite impressive. All right, we've lost Wilson, have we? We have. He's demotivated. Perfect. I mean, we have the Bischoff on the bench if we need him. What we will need to do if we do bring him on, because he plays on the left, is King will have to switch to the right and be an inverted winger as he's left-footed. Lambert, who of course got the double against us in the league last episode, and I tell you what is it with goalkeepers at that end? Oh, maybe it wasn't a save. Let's give them a demand more. If Wilson's going to look unmotivated, we might. He's got his start, so that should keep him pleased. He's playing quite well, though, so I don't really want to take him off. Let's give him a praise. Game is somewhat ticking by. We've got another highlight now, though. Can Willis win that back? Not quite yet. Come on, boys. McLaughlin, of course, who we had on loan. I think that was last season, wasn't it? Simpson with a little bit of space. Simpson, can he thread a pass? He goes short for McDade. McDade for King. Can King get a second? I tell you what, you wouldn't know he worked on finishing training, would you? All right, Wilson is looking quite tired, so we will make that change now. We'll give a debut to Bischoff. We'll switch those two over. King will go as an inverted winger. And we'll get back out there. One other thing I'm considering, McDade not had a great game, not really been involved, and on a booking we could take him off for Diora. Is he going to keep himself on here? No, he's not, and that just might have made my decision for me. So Diora, and we'll get him on there as a target man, please and thank you. Moran with a throw for Willis. Willis loses out. Ball to the middle of nowhere. Nicholson picks it up. Early ball forward, not the best. And Bradley has it again. You just get the feeling there could be a sucker punch coming here for us, don't you? We've dominated the game. We haven't put it away despite how many chances have we had, and how often do you see it? They come back and bite you in the backside. Moran with a good clearance. Up towards Diora. Does well. Takes it in his stride. Turns his man. Do we have somebody getting forward? Well, says Simpson. Back to Diora. Can Diora get a first goal for the club? Yes, he can. And Michael Diora has sent us into what I think will be the quarterfinals. Excellent stuff. He did that, most of that himself. Simpson with the assist to help him out. But excellent hold-up play by Diora. Worked himself into some space. Look at that. He's got half the team around him. And still, between himself and Simpson, they've unpicked that lock. And it's a good finish at the end of it as well. So wonderful stuff. That should be us through. Yes, that's him going to a target man, I think, isn't it? We'll proceed with that. We'll give him some praise. And we will go on with our lives. Now, the big question is, are we going to be done a favour by either Longal, which is probably unlikely, or could Glentoran have knocked out Linfield for us? It's one of those, actually. Do we want that? We're very pleased with that. That's been a good performance. Glentoran has knocked out Linfield, so that's a bit of a surprise, and Larne have won. Now, that is, I said, it's a bit of a... what's the word I'm looking for? It's both a positive and a negative, because obviously if Glentoran go on to win the cup, that is going to mean third in the league is, well, for us anyway, it's not going to be a European spot. At least if Linfield's in there, they help protect that third in the league for us. But we've got the job done. We've won in the league. We've knocked out Carrick Rangers, and it looks like it will be quarterfinals next, doesn't it? So if we can avoid Larne, hopefully Larne can draw Glentoran, knock them out, and we'll see how we go. But I think of all the teams that are left in there, I'm confident of beating most of them. We've already beaten Larne in a final this season. We should have beaten them in the league as well. This is starting to look as though it might be going for us. Linfield is the one team, isn't it, that we struggle with, and we don't have to worry about them anymore. So I think what we'll do is we will come back next time for this quarterfinal and the Ballymena game. Let's just skip ahead a touch and see if we're going to find out who it is this game is against. Alright, so here we go with the quarterfinal draw. Let's have a look here. So we know who's left. Coleraine, Glenavon, ourselves, Portadown, Crusaders, Glentoran, Larne, and Warren Point. Obviously, we'd like to avoid Larne and Glentoran if we can. But otherwise, we'll take who we get. And I think be relatively confident that we can beat them. Warren Point and Coleraine, Crusaders, get Glenavon. Here we go. We're at home. That's important. And it's Larne. Of course it is. So that means that it will be Glentoran and also Portadown. So it's going to be a replay of the County Antrim Shield final. It'll be ourselves versus Larne in the quarterfinals. And, well, if we can get one over them, then we will definitely be favourites for that cup going into the rest of the season. So that'll be next episode. Ballymena United away. Larne at home in the cup. And... well, if we don't win this game, then we need Larne to go and win it for us, or else European football is going to involve a playoff this season. Don't forget to leave me, or have a think about anyway, your Players of the Year nominees, and I'll see you next time for Ballymena and Larne as we put, our European chances on the line, really, isn't it? Take care.